Hey, this is Carla from the Butcher Babies.
This is George Corner Fisher from Cannibal Corpse.
Hey, this is Rex from Kill Devil Hill. It's Wednesday 13.
This is Jazz from Devil Driving.
This is Motorist from War. You're listening to Rabid Noise
on Rabid Radio.
Turn it up.
Hey, Wednesday, how are you, man?
Hey, man, how are you?
Yeah, real good, dude. Thanks again for joining us on the show, man.
Cool, no problem, man. Thank you for having me.
No worries. You're heading back down here in March for the Undead Unplugged acoustic tour, which everyone's looking forward to. Have you done many of these types of gigs in the past?
We did it in the UK, and we've did 3 or 4 shows here in the States. But yeah, I tried it in the UK the first time was in 2014, and we did like a 2-week tour there, and it went over amazing. I mean, I had a gut feeling it would do well, but I didn't know it would be as well as it did. And I mean, it's a completely different show than what we just did back in Australia in April. Like it's not the full band. It's me and our guitarist Vermont, and we both play guitar, and it's basically kind of a storyteller. It's like we'll come out, play a couple of songs. I'll tell some stories about some other songs, and then I'll take questions from the audience. And I never know where the questions are going to take the songs or the stories. So every night it's different. We basically just have a list of songs we kind of just pick and choose from. And then on this tour in particular, we have my side project, Bourbon Crow, involved in it. So that's just going to take it up a whole nother level of who knows where it could go. And so basically it's just kind of like an evening with where it just kind of covers my entire musical career, and I can play everything and tell the stories of everything from me, how I got started doing this and where I am right now. And you know, it seems to have went over really good in the UK. Like every fan that I meet will tell me at these shows, after the show, they just have this look on their face, like they're so happy, and they tell me that they've seen me over a dozen times, that the acoustic shows are their favorites. So I guess it's just up to the fan to see, but you know, we have fun doing it, and so far the reaction's been really well, so I think it's going to do great in Australia, and we'll find out in March.
Oh, that's awesome, man. It sounds like it's a really cool idea, too, to strip things down a little bit, but a little bit daunting as well. I mean, especially with some of the questions that people would throw out. Does that make you a bit nervous sometimes?
Man, I never know what I'm going to get asked. I get everything asked from, will you marry me, to what's the murder dolls, to what's blah 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 like, or you know, it's just who knows where some of these questions go. But yeah, it's fun. It's a cool reaction. I mean, I get to speak with fans and the audience. It's almost like a concert plus a meet and greet all in kind of one. So I don't know. I've been really fortunate that it worked out as well as it did, and really excited to be able to come back into Australia so quick. Yeah,
man. Well, it wasn't that long ago. And it's a quick tour as well. Every time you come here, you don't seem to have a lot of time to sort of hang about.
Yeah. It's just it's always you know, I guess just budget-wise, you know, to have us hang out there for 3 or 4 days can get quite expensive. So we just kind of come in and just be rock soldiers and bang out shows and get back home. It's always so weird by the time we get back home, because we go back to Los Angeles and it's like 18 hours behind you guys. So by the time we get home, we went in a time machine, because by the time we get home, it's the day we left. So that's always bizarre. We get back and we're scratching our heads like, what just happened?
Well, you're doing the Bourbon Crow set, as you mentioned before, which is pretty cool. I don't think we've seen that down here.
Yeah, I haven't. Bourbon Crows, we did a little small U.S. tour in 2009 in the U.S., and it was just on the East Coast. And that's all we've ever done, like as far as doing a live thing. So when it came time to decide about doing this unplugged thing, I thought it'd be really cool if I could work it where I could bring my partner from Bourbon Crow along on the tour, and we could do that little small Bourbon Crow set in the middle of our set, and that way it really just ties all of it together.
Have you found that doing that project, it sort of opens some doors to like a different kind of fan base? You get not the usual sort of Wednesday 13 fans?
It's unique. I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, there are, like when we just played in Australia back in April, you know, during one of the meet and greets, or during all the meet and greets, there were so many people wearing Bourbon Crow shirts, and There were some older, there were some younger fans. I had people tell me they like Bourbon Crow better than Wednesday 13. You know, so it's just kind of taken on a life of its own. It's really cool to see there are fans that like it, and you know, because I had no idea when I put that out that people would even accept it. You know, that could have been almost career suicide. Going, I'm gonna put out a country drinking project. You're like, what? You know, because that was kind of the reaction for some people, like, what? How dare you? And for some fans, they still, you know, that's just not their thing, and that's cool too, you know. But there's another side of what I do, and it's really cool to actually have made some fans along the way, and to be able to include that as part of one of my shows and take it and travel around the world touring is going to be really cool. So I'm excited to finally get that out there. It's been 10 years in the making, Bourbon Crow. We started it 10 years ago, so that was my whole goal when we started it 10 years ago. I was like, you know, I don't really care if anybody knows about it right now. It'd be cool 10 years from now if people knew about it. We can actually do like a little tour. It's exactly what happened 10 years later.
And down here, man, I'm really excited to see that stuff live because some of those songs are classic. Wish Upon a Bar.
They're like the ultimate bar song. Bartenders love us because when Bourbon Crow starts playing, everybody starts getting drinks, and the bars can't keep up with it. And it's just that's why I'm putting Bourbon Crow set sort of in the middle, kind of toward the end of our set, because it gets a little rowdy, and you can't really follow it because people can't stand up after the Bourbon Crow set.
That's awesome. Well, in regards to like the Wednesday songs, how's it go with you know, translating those to acoustic? I can imagine some of those being pretty tricky to sort of strip back.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain songs obviously that don't work or couldn't work acoustic, and I would never even try to do that. But there's a lot of songs, you know. I mean, mainly. Most every song that I've wrote, I mean, I start on acoustic guitar. So that's kind of my only instrument I have around me right now. I have a guitar and an amp that is not like hooked up all the time. I just don't have a guitar like that ready to go. I mainly have my acoustic beside me, and I'm always playing my acoustic. And that's where I come up with riffs and ideas. And so pretty much every song that I've wrote, I pretty much write on acoustic. And so when it came time to start doing these acoustic shows and stuff, I really went through all the songs, and I sat there with my acoustic guitar, and it was pretty easy because, like I said, I started off writing the songs that way. So, like I said, some worked, some didn't work. Some actually sound amazing acoustic, and, you know, it's just, some sound even cooler acoustic, I think. So, and the good thing is I have such a, like, giant catalog of music to choose from. You know, it's easy to pick out songs because I can go all the way back from when I first started releasing music in the 90s up until now. So it's like picking out material is really easy, even if some of the stuff doesn't work. So I can kind of cover all the bases. And I don't know, it's a cool take on it. You know, it's just something that I like to see different artists do, and you know, and especially in my genre, I haven't really seen anybody do, or at least the people that I listen to, and things that do an acoustic set or do something like this. So I don't know. This feels like it's something, you know, different from the pack, I guess.
Will you be recording any of the shows?
We always videotape stuff here and there if we have someone out with us. I'm not sure we're for Australia yet, depending on our crew and stuff. We filmed a lot of stuff over the past couple of years in the UK, which we have working on a DVD right now that have a lot of that footage and stuff. So yeah, so we try to videotape as much stuff as we can if we have a crew person out there to do that. We've got a lot of stuff, like I said, in Europe and stuff. So we have a video person that travels with us all the time in Europe, and he's constantly got a camera in our face, like 24/7. So yeah, so we have a new DVD that'll have a lot of that footage and stuff, and then we'll film the new stuff for Australia, and maybe that'll be on the next DVD after that.
Oh, awesome. And talking about before the Q&A stuff, you know, obviously, you know, you obviously going to probably tell a few personal stories. Have you ever thought about maybe writing a book, doing the autobiography thing?
Yes. Yeah. That's definitely on my plate of things to do. I think I have quite a interesting story of where I come from and how I got started in this, and how I've been able to keep my foot in the door, and plus just all the crazy ass stories, and you know, all the bands that we've toured with and touring around the world. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that people have no idea that Murder Dolls did, or or Wednesday 13's done as far as touring, but we've been touring for, Murder Dolls is 15 years old next year, so
wow.
there's a lot of stories, and there's a lot of tours, and everything from us doing, touring all of Europe with Iron Maiden for 6 weeks as main support. That right there is a book on its own. And, just everything. It was a crazy story. This Murder Dolls just kind of came out of the blue, and, by our 15th show, we were in Tokyo opening up for Guns N' Roses, and in front of 30,000 people. So it's it's a long way from the little haystack town I grew up in North Carolina, because I pretty much jumped right into it. Murder Dolls was my first big band going out on tour and doing stuff. I was 25 years old and just was thrown right into a rock and roll animal cage. And it was awesome. I wouldn't trade any of that stuff for anything, but I got enough stories to scare everybody around me and my parents and fans, and there's some dirt in there.
And of course, if they made a movie based on your life, who would you want to play you?
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know who would be a good me. I don't even know. You stumped me on that one. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't know. maybe Freddy Krueger as Freddy Krueger could play me.
Just a completely different sort of. Yeah.
Freddy Krueger as Freddy Krueger, yes, played me.
That'd be pretty sick. And of course, what have you got coming up after this tour? What do you got cooking up, man?
Well, basically, Australia in March is that kind of finishes up the Unplugged tour. So we're doing the U.S. in January, the U.K. in February, and March we'll do the Australia, and that kind of wraps that up. And then the brand new full length Wednesday 13 album will be out in April, and then the full band will start touring with that. And so yeah, it's going to be a busy year because I'm planning on touring as much as I can. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to Australia by the end of the year on the new album as well. Maybe Halloween, who knows?
That'd be cool. Has it got a title?
Yeah, the new album is called Condolences, and it's mixed and mastered and finished. We finished it up in September before the last tour started. It was the only time we really had time to record it, so we basically spent all summer writing and recording it. It's turned out great, and right now I'm just kind of finalizing the release details and how I'm going to release it, and talking to some labels and stuff right now. So I'm going to get through all that boring stuff for the next few weeks, and then hopefully I'll have some news for fans and let them know a release date in the next 2 weeks or so. Oh,
awesome, man. Well, thanks again for hanging on the show, man. Hopefully I'll catch you at the show in Brisbane and might bring some Joes this time.
Yeah, man. Bring it on. Cool, man. Great talking to you.